That was good. That was good. I like it. Purposeful shots here. Let's see how this one goes for Blank. Side pocket. Oh, just barely off the edge. But you know what, dude? That's the one thing I love about PUBG Mobile. Sometimes you get put in some beautiful situations, but the best teams always find themselves a way out.
I mean, AJL's a good example of that. They got themselves in a real good situation. I mean, top team Tiamba going for the crown, and honestly, they completely flubbed it. That was a lovely shot, by the way, dude. Well played. Went up against Tiamba in that last game, survival stage. They're given all the chance in the world versus Nongshim Red Force, but Nongshim, I would say they're one of the teams looking to continue on. And I don't think AGL had it in them this year, but Tiamba just had a massive turnaround. But these things happen. Some mistakes happen. Oh, dude, I forgot that you're like right at the finish line. I've got like some more steps to go.
You got it. But hey, you know what? That's what it's all about. You just take things one step at a time. No matter what kind of situation you put in, you gotta just figure things out and make it happen. Yeah. Take another one. Sometimes you gotta take a mulligan. Little combination shot.
I tried.
I like it. I like it.
I've made it easy for you, though. I've lined you up. You're lined up. You're ready to go. Look, I've created a runway for you. Look. Say, you come down here. You go in this back pocket. Yeah. I've got the lights. I'm guiding you home, dude. I'm guiding you home. Oh! Okay, that was a real. The lights, they guided him home. It was good to see. Let's hope that some of these teams can get themselves guided home to a victory at the end of Pmwc here at EWC. Thanks for watching. My name's Blank, and this right here is
Hot Jukes.
Catch you guys later.
We were there for every click, every clutch, every respawn.
Things have gotten a little bit more quiet because we've sent some big names home, most notably Alpha 7.
Yeah, that's right, our champions from 2024's edition of the PMWC, and alongside them, Yangon Galacticos, our reigning champs from last year's event, out in survival stage, John. You know what that means.
Oh, it means we're crowning a new champion. Chicken dinners will need to be earned, points will need to be put on the tables, and only one team will rise to the top to be the one and find that chicken dinner. We'll see you guys in the action.
Je suis prêt, parti pour m'emmener la vie. Compte sur mon ring, tu m'entends quand je respire. Double veston, jamais fait trop de pas. Big plan, j'ai fait changer toute la piste. Regarde ma play, je pense pas j'arrive. Je coupe la ligne, laisse pas qu'il laisse le mire. Nouvelle état, new name, toujours fluide dans le move. Main en l'air quand je rentre dans le groove. Regarde ce regard, je suis déjà posé. Deux pas je tourne, place dans mes yeux figés. Vite encore, puis je prends tout ce qui est à moi. Trop vite, trop fort.
just too much of a mess. It's just too much of a mess here. We do it live?
Seven.
Right, we do it live. I think this team's gonna win though.
Seven. Wait,
Oh, we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pmwc and EWC 26 News. My name is the 7WG, and I'm joined by none other than Lace. Lace, how are we feeling for the finals?
I mean, I'm super pumped today for the finals, and I think we've got a lot to cover for you guys today. But of course, we're here to bring you the program and break it down for you.
I think so too, because right now, I mean, we have some important news, and that is the $3 million prize pool is on the line. The format, pretty much straight simple. It's gonna be top 16 teams are gonna be playing that they have made it from group stages, from survival, from all of that. $3 million on the line. Only one team's gonna be able to lift that trophy, though.
I mean, that's some serious cash money for our teams. And of course, what would you spend it on?
Ooh, I don't know because I have so many kids that
They all get $1 million each.
you know what? Even then, it wouldn't really reach it. But we do have some record breakers that are going to be at risk because earlier on we did get some a team being able to get 29 eliminations. That wasn't in the finals. This
We can't emphasize enough the importance of the next 3 days. On Sunday, we will crown the greatest team in the world. So start as you mean to go on.
Absolutely no room for mistake. If you want to be the best team in the world, you need to prove it from the very first day. The Pmwc Finals at PMwc 2026 starts right now!
Players from all corners of the world laser focused on one thing, the title of PMWC champion. Fight smarter, adapt faster, and deliver when the pressure is at its peak. That is what it takes to keep this dream alive.
So welcome to the PMWC at PMWC 2026.
And RRQ are looking to do it here. Pushing up close and personal. Mew with the nade! Turning the tables! And he's doing this all by himself! What? It's the Swan Wipe 1v4 from Milu!
Let's put the 11th on the board. Looking for teasy? Is it a self-denial? It might be. Get to double digits on the evens and burn yourself down to the ground.
What a shutdown. 108 points in 6 matches.
Nate misses, Darkin peaks. That's on target. Good shot. Follow up there. HE takes him away as Turney K falls. Mormon closes the gap in the shotgun standoff, but will he win it? No!
Are you kidding me? What a finish! It's Ida! S-Power is just insane. He's been throwing heat-seeking missiles all game long and opening the fight for his team. A full 4v4. S2G tried to catch a couple of their players off guard, but it's S-Power, baby. You can't shut him down that easy.
You can't stop S-Power, and you cannot silence Godlike in this moment. Adamino for the closing play as Godlike take this chicken dinner with ease!
That is how you do it here, folks. And you can see the look on their faces saying, make some noise, Paris. It's Godlike time to shine.
You see on Rondo, it is madness in the Ox Factory. A big nade threaded on up, and it's playing in 1 and 2. Fralac charges on forwards, and they're cutting the rosters in half. Another one right up in his face. They go wide. Tom's moving around the side. Aurora, a difficult beast to handle. The run coming through from India, but it's not happening. They will not be silenced. They will not be shut up here. Aru still going strong. A tanky underneath, looking to get the shots in. But Flash moves around the side. He's whipping the shots, unfortunately. But finally, they will hit the last shot. India grabs the back-to-back. From day 1 to day 2, this team looks clean.
It's time to crush some dreams of 10 teams. Can I get you to press this button and open up the iris? Oh, with a bit of vigor. I like it. I'd like you to pull on this in 3, 2, 1. Send them home. Let's go on, there we go.
I don't think we could have set the stage better ourselves. So it's ironic that we were featured in that nice little collection of replays there, Blank. An incredible way to give you a glimpse into what's gone on over the past couple days, but it's going to get even more climactic here. The best of the best return to the lobby, and this is where dreams truly do become reality.
I'm slouching, but hopefully the players aren't, because this is a day, right? Day 1 always gives you the most freedom, the most chance to get a big buffer online without that stress, because we saw that come through in survival stage.
Yeah.
Teams were sweating, teams were shaking in their boots, but it's time to get boots on the ground over on Rondo very, very soon for our first match of the day. Who's going to grab that gargantuan point total? Can someone try and repeat something similar to E-Arena? Maybe not the same, because that's once in a lifetime type of a deal.
Well, if there was a time to pull it out, try and elevate a world record even further, hey man, there's no better stage for it, no better crowd, no more excitement and anticipation than right here, right now, live from the Qiddiya City grid at Pmwc, at EWC 2026. 3 years of intense competition, twice we've had brand new champions crowned, and this year we'll get another one.
Never going to be the same here at this rate. With Yangon being Yangon, it is time to crown a new victor. Who's going to be the defending champion? Will they be able to defend it next time? But right now, all that matters is getting those points online. Playing back is in the air for day one of finals. Match one, Rondo. Let's get it started.
Energy in the arena already. It's good to hear you, Paris. Let's keep that energy going throughout the day. We'll set the stage for you as we get our playing path on board for this one. We've had some pretty good games of Rondo, mate. You touched on E-Arena there. That was something to be remembered. But the consistency and the level of aggression we've seen from these teams back in their respective groups was intense. Now we put that all together, a big hodgepodge of talent. They're going to be stepping over each other, Blanks.
I mean, they will. They will have to, because there's going to be bodies on the ground shortly, as soon as these players start dropping in. E-Arena here, though, teams do need to be worried. They've been taking this little odd stadium drop where they've been searching out players from different teams on their res beacon positions. Now, if you are remembering our game versus Alpha 7 just the other day, survival stage day 2, they had a real tough time of it. They were able to hold out, but E-Arena made their lives extremely difficult. But it wasn't just them. So let's see what E-Arena can get done, because a lot of teams are going to be taking those res beacons off towards the northwest side with this playing path as the fights do open up towards Yulin.
Just how hot are these drops going to be, and how much aggression is going to come out instantly. We see that opening knock from the side of 4 Thrives as Razy on Vitality starts to let some bullets fly. 2 players on Orangutan instantly being knocked off their feet as well. That's 3 points achieved for Tiamba in a matter of seconds here, Blank.
QCC already hitting the knocks left, right, and center. Milu up to 4. QCC on 2. 6 eliminations in 1 minute 47. That is an incredible result already for Tiamba, and they should be able to get the easy res beacon. They've already cleared out most of the damn teams in that position.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable start for Tiamba. A powerhouse in the survival stage, and again delivering early into Rondo. Orangutan being forced out as well as Hora look to try and claim a few more points for themselves. 3 points for Hora, 3 in the back pocket for Nonshin Red Force, and that big 6 total for Tiamba already.
Oh my days, I mean, just coming through, Milu was just slashing at them. He pretty much cut through the entirety of 4 Thrives there, left them in ribbons by the end of it. I'm pretty sure he was up against guns as well, but he just brought the knife close quarters outside the pagoda. Real samurai here on Rondo.
Start as you mean to proceed, it seems then for Tiamba on today's games. Sleepy taking the clash back over to Zizzy there from Nonshin. Going to be able to force him out early.
Nice.
Oh, that's a great lineup, bud. Lord coming swiftly in with that one onto S2G.
Gorgeous stuff here. But for S2G, got to chat with him for a little bit. I thought I was actually getting a haircut when I was talking to him, but they were saying that they have the aggression, and that's what they're bringing here in the finals. It's what Ulf kind of lacked a little bit of. But for their Turkish team, they were looking to bring that aggression over in the group stages. They're looking to bring it again here. They've had a lot of time to study those teams, but Lost moves up and already is down. It's Kamikaze, the man with it all to give. 1 nade, 1 dream. Good damn.
Yeah, it's nice bit of chip damage on the peak. Oh, wow. Lord trying to lean into it, but the pre-fire back from Kamikaze on low HP will at least secure that one. Ralph goes in aggro, though, with the shotty and absolutely pumps them full of buckshot.
Good stuff there. Solke, at least at distance, is able to recall the team back into action. We do have a Western circle. We didn't get to talk about too much. Flash already has tops in that region, so Jiao Ting currently covered, but that place can hold a lot of teams late game. Aaron now coming against Wit, bears them out, HP, but at distance, it's Milu once again. Tiamba up to 8 probably after this.
This is the dream start for Tiamba. And Milu, the fact that he's got 6 individual eliminations alone, mate, he was just popping off back in the games we'd seen previously. If he feeds the hot hand and can keep this going throughout the whole day, good luck.
It's the buffer that we were talking about. And there's no luck involved, but there is luck involved over on the Lucky Spin, which you can join in with us in-game right now for the 2026 PMWC, for the exclusive 2026 PMWC tournament set, which you can see on screen regularly in-game. Make sure to try your chances, just like QZZ and this spray down with the S12K. We are looking at 2 eliminations per minute.
Unreal reactions as well. Coming out swinging today. We know mechanically they're very gifted as individuals, but they're putting it all on the line. And hey man, that's the way to do it, right? We were touching on the fact if you can have a huge pop-off game on Rondo, the extra buffer of points from the sheer quantity of additional eliminations you can garner from this battleground, it's worth its weight in gold, especially in a 3-day finals environment like this. You gotta get in there and get stuck into the thick of it, and Tiamba are doing just that.
Again, for Tiamba, their biggest success in the survival stage was the fact that they started out so incredibly hot, where it felt like all the weight was off them a lot of times. At Milu making that 1v4 look real easy, I think that came from the fact that they had nothing to lose at that point. They were already in. They're just pushing a little bit further there. We haven't talked about it too much so far on the cast, but we do have Smash ruling this event. And not only does that mean that, yes, you can win technically, game 2, but it also means the further you are ahead, the harder it is for teams to catch up to you to also get into that Smash ruling. So we are looking for more similar results to Fall Thrives as well as Vitality in terms of how far they sent themselves ahead in those rankings to make it difficult for any team to catch up to really engage that Smash ruling on the final day. Might be coming down to match 6, honestly.
It will be a fun little storyline to see how that affects things going into the last day competition. How big of a barrier that'll be. And really, if other teams will have to rise up to the occasion for it to even be a potential pipeline for them. That's one for the future though, but now it's in the back of your mind. You have that context with just how much these early points matter for some of our squads. 2 sides that you touched on there though, of course, being Vitality and Fall Thrives. They were dominant in both of their respective groups. Easily the best squads we saw when it came to how consistent they looked and how aggressive they were. Vitality even kind of completely blowing away what we thought was the upper limit when they then played their group, right?
I think they knocked it out by 1 point, but even that 1 point is a hard point to squeeze out in such a short amount of games. For Tiamba, it's a little less impressive, I would say, just because you are playing with the dregs coming through from the group stage. We already did send what we assume to be our best 10 teams forward then. Even so, Tiamba still looked very strong, and for them, it was more a case of switching it on in those moments. And they've done exactly that. It looks like all the lights are on at home right now for Tiamba. They are burning the midnight fuel. It's crazy, like actually wild. The speed at which he was like. So was that 1v4 again? Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Technically.
It feels like it is, especially when you then factor in, but we had the one clean 1v4 he won. We then had a 1v4 attempt towards the end of survival stage that resulted in a winning free list of going out as the last guy. Yeah, like the conversion rate we've had on raw 1v4s from him has actually been unbelievable.
I think we're more astonished that that might be a 1v4. I mean, we didn't even clock it because it's like, is he just doing this repeatedly now?
Just full-on butcher blade coming out from Milu, chopping everyone to bits. Crazy.
Love to see it. Circle goes over towards that northern side. A bit of an awkward res beacon on this one as well, down towards the lake. Definitely possible to go for, but you get caught out on the bridges coming out from that area a fair few times here, Jackie, and also there will be teams playing around that spot, trying to hold teams out. Orangutan, though, nice rotate on the north side, will be able to get them further into the circle. Tiamba, Vitality all on the back foot here, as well as Ulf. Aurora holding a 2-2 split. I think they realized because they're so far down towards the south, likely better to try and clear their back angles and then look for maybe a major rotate on the west or the east side later on.
shades of stadium for E Arena, a position they'd love to play towards in a final circle. But let's see if they can win out versus Orangutan. Straight through the door, and it's easy cleanup on the opening two players. Aaron Wisgard down in a matter of seconds. Back down to a duo once again.
Forthright taking down a tanky there as well. Which leaves Orangutan just on one singular player, AKOP, who is sending for a res beacon. I think he might go far Bailey on this, actually, Jackie. I don't think he's going to stop off early over towards the lake. Like we said before, you get a res off there, teams know it's happening, they will hold you out. So he is forced to go for the long rotate. But honestly, for Orangutan, it's not terrible because they could just swing back in from that northern side. It's fairly free with where most of the teams dropped off down towards the south.
Yeah, thankfully he's got just enough time. Of course, slightly further out as well. Hedges his bets. He goes up towards the top of the north side. Going to get that recall in. See Vitality on screen here as well. Just the one Elim to start us off with, Razy. I mean, you said it yourself, mate, doing your little special report on Vitality. Razak and Razy, that's been a hell of a duo. They're like the Cray twins, bro. You're just terrified when you see them coming at you.
Yeah, you are. I mean, one of them bringing the double hammers as well. It's a bit of a nightmare, honestly, and they are always looking for a proper shootout. But it's nice to see Axel as well as Federalis. I mean, Axel really astonished me. Because there had been so much talk about Razy and Razak, and Federalis has also had a massive amount of tenure throughout the entirety of PUBG Mobile, but Axel was just swinging and not missing. So that's what gives me a lot of hope. I'm very, very excited to see this team perform as this tournament goes on, just because of how good all of them have been playing individually and as a unit. Take a look at Godlike though. They're over towards our center side. I think Godlike showed us something different from their region. Honestly, they had some great aggression. I think they've been making little adaptations here and there, figuring things out as they go along. But genuinely overall, we're impressive. We're impressive. They were second best inside of their group, only beat out by Vitality. To be fair play. Fair play.
Vitality really did get in there, mate. You got a little crunch down the zone here as well, pulling further down. A couple big names amongst the dead center of it all. Godlike, as you touched on, Forthright, Vitality, Enigma Galaxy as well. The representation from Aurora, another side that could have some surprises in store for us the longer this one goes on.
Yeah, Aurora, they just seem to have this capability to choke in the finals.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's their major issue. Every single player on that team has greatness inside of them. It just seems to dwindle a little bit once we get to a finals. We've been asking for that not to be the case for the longest time. I'm getting to the point now where I just don't believe in it, which is sad. But they are consistently always here, and you can't really put them down too much for that. The fact they're in most of the finals is like, that's already a big achievement. Reefers though opening up over towards Yasser from Alula. Tiamba's cut out on that eastern edge. Now, there's a lot of these big pillars involved inside the circle, as well as stadium over towards that northeast side, which is open on the outer edges. It slopes down into it, so if you are here really, you can kind of swing past here. They also know this area very well. It is their drop spot, but Forthright have beaten them to the punch here down towards their southwest from stadium.
Excited to see what the form of Fury is going to be looking like in a final situation again as well. They were massively coming alive, dude. Felt like it was way better in terms of the decision making. The communication was on point. A lot of the fights we witnessed from them. Igor as well, just playing so brilliantly with some of the individual plays. Feel like a whole new man showed up. We spoke about this big man though, and he's back on our screens again. Milu scouting around, seeing if he can get a line of sight potentially. Just playing close towards the geometry here at the cliff face. It's Ulf that aren't too far away.
Eagle and Aki desperate to get some elims on board. I mean, man, every single one over on Milu and QZZ, but these guys are the fraggers on side. Aching a lot of times playing off the back of him. Eagle very, very good at playing that anchor style. Generally is the last player to go down. Plays that survivalist very well for them as well. Yeah, you're right. Furia looking good. Egos, I think, was a big surprise.
Yeah.
They've got big names on that team like Chief.